Welcome back, everyone. We're going to now get into leased lines for WANs. All right, leased lines. Now, what they first want you to learn is the positioning of leased lines with LANs. Now, leased lines is the telco. The telco installs a large networks of cables and specialized switching devices to create its own computer network. All right. Leased lines refer to the fact that the company is using the leased lines. They do not own the line, but instead pay a monthly lease to be able to use it. All right. Now, some physical path has to exist between the two routers on the ends of the link, right? The telco cable goes from the central office to most every other building in the city, expecting to sell their services to all those people in one day. All right. Now remember, terminology. Each site, meaning the administrator, your equipment is called your CPE, which means customer premise equipment. Customer premise equipment. That is what's known as your CPE, which includes your router, the serial interface, the CSU DSU, which is called channel service unit. I forget what the DSU stands for, but we'll learn later. The CSU DSU can either be integrated to the router, which I've seen some are, or it could be a separate device altogether. It could be external. All right. The 4-wire cable from the telco plugs into the CSU DSU. And it typically uses what's called an RJ48 connector that has the same size and shape of the RJ45 connector. Okay. Now, the CSU DSU, and this is key, normally provides a function called clocking, because I always get this question when we're going to the labs, why do we need a clock rate? All right. And the clock rate usually goes on the data communication side of the cable. All right. Now, what clocking does, it tells the router exactly when to send each bit through the signaling over the serial cable. Now, speeds could vary depending on the type of line, but leased line can go from 64 kilobits to all the way up to 1.5 megabits per second. Now, let's stop here. Okay, let's stop here before we get into this. Okay, think of a leased line. Okay, think of a leased line that's yours. Even though you're leasing it, you're paying a monthly fee, very expensive, because it's only going to go up to a T1 speed, okay? Unless you purchase more, all right? A leased line, you're paying a lot of money, okay, for T1 speed. So it's like the analogy would be, and I believe they use it in the older books, okay, which makes a lot of sense, is imagine buying a movie ticket to the movie, right? But you bought it for all the seats. That doesn't guarantee you that you're going to need, all the seats are not going to be full. What I'm trying to say is, you said you need, for whatever reason, you need a T1 speed. But do you need a T1 speed all the time? Because that's what a lease line is. They can actually tell you, hey, you're leasing this speed from us, you're always going to get it. Okay? That's what they mean by that. All right? The 1.544. You have to determine what speed you want, because that's going to determine what's going to come out of pocket. Okay? What's going to come out of pocket. So lease lines, it's a lot of money. So building a WAN link in a lab. Okay? And we're going to use the packet tracer to explain that. Okay? So let me go to the packet tracer. My handy dandy mouse. Well, let me escape out of this. Let me go to here. Let me go to here. Let me move the router so you guys can see, because I know I'm in the way. All right. All right. Let me put it over here so you guys can see. All right. And let me zoom in. Okay. Zoom in more. All right. All right. So as you can see here, we have, well, let me get on this side. All right. As you can see, we have 4 routers. The serial cable, all right, it just represents that this is a WAN. All right. And we're going to build, we already built it really. We haven't configured it because it's red, but we are going to configure it so you can see what I'm talking about. So you see that there's, what I do is in the packet tracer, if you were to go to options, preferences, okay, and it says always show port labels. You want to have a check mark on there. By default, it's not. So you want to make sure that you see always show port labels. Make sure you do that, okay? So we're going to go ahead and configure this. There's the IP scheme, 10.114, 10.118. We're using a Slider 30. It's IP addressing, I know. We haven't gone over that yet, but we will. But some of you should already know this, okay? So let's open up the router, all right? And I'm going to put the router over here, okay? And I'm going to come over on this side, and I'm going to configure from here, all right? I'll try to be out of your way, all right? I'll open it as wide as I can without being in the way. Okay, I don't think that puts me in the way there. We'll go to the CLI. And again, I'm not going to explain everything in the CLI because there is a lesson for that. All right, I'm going to do enable shortcuts, which you can do in the CCNA. Conf T, and that's interface S0/0/0, enter, and then IP address 10.1.1.5, 255.255.255.252. Enter. Clock rate, I like to put 4 million. I'm just used to putting it 3. I like to fantasize that that's my paycheck. All right, and then no shut, right, which turns on the interface. That's the only one that I need to do. But that's what the clock rate means. This is what that command means. That's what they want you to put in the DCE, the DCE portion of it. Okay, so that side is done. So it's mainly just, let me get my little stand out here. Okay, let's go ahead and minimize this. Let's go to the middle router. Let's move it out the way. Let me, ooh, what happened there? Okay, there we go. Cool. All right, CLI. All right, you guys can see that, right? We got 2 interfaces to do here. We can do them quickly. Enable, config T, interface S0/0/1, enter. IP address 10.1.1.6. That was the other one. 255.255.255.252. Enter. No shut. This is the DTE. This is like a crossover cable. Do WR. You see that it went green. You see that they went green. Now we have communication. And we do that all the way across. But let's go ahead and do that. Let's do the other one. All right. Interface S000. That's what I call it. All right. IP address. Whoa. Yeah. Address. And now it's another network. Now it's the 8 network. So this will be 10.119, 10.1.1.1.9, 255.255.255.252. And then again, clock space rate 4 million. 123, 123. Then no shut. Okay? And that's done. Do WR, which you cannot do this command, do WR, in your examination. You have to go back to privilege mode and actually put in copy run start. All right, here's the CLI. Let's expand it all the way to here so you can get more of the CLI. Oh no, that puts it in my, I'll be in your way if I do that. Let's do this. Okay, enter, 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 enter. Enable, config T, interface S000, but with the lines, of course. IP address, IP address, and the 000 is 10.1.1.13, 255.255.255.252. Enter. Clock rate 4 million. 123, 123. I'm missing a 0 there. There we go. then no shut. And then our last router, which is this one, CLI, Control C, enter, 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 enter. Enable config T interface S0/0/1. IP address is 10.1.1.14. 255.255.255.252. Enter, and then this is the DTE. No shut. And you see that the lights are green. For some reason, I forgot this. The S001 on this router. So let me bring this back up. Okay, here it is. I go int S0/0/1 IP address and 10.1.1.10 255.255.255.252. Oops. And then no shut. All right, do WR. Awesome. So let's maximize this guy. Let's bring the routers back in where we can see them. This right here. All right, so you can see we have green going all the way across. We have the IP address. Hey, look at our WAN links. Look at our WAN information. We have our clock rates right here. That's doing the signaling. This is when we're going to send the bits. This is how the bits are going to be sent at this bits per second. 4 billion bits per second, okay? Or 4 million, I'm sorry, 4 million bits per second. That's how it's going to go over. But this has to match what you purchased from your provider, okay? They'll let you know, all right, what it is. And then you pass the information on to this router and this router. Obviously, right now, the only connectivity we're going to have is from this router to this router. Why? Why is that? Why is that? Because we have no routing protocol. We're not building the only routing table that we have built, and I'll use this router over here, okay? Since it's already over here. I'll do a Control Z, which you can't do. Show IP route. Yes, I know. I'm saying, my God, I can't do anything. Okay? All it's going to show you is a connected route. They connected to that particular network right there. That's it. All right, you need a routing protocol, but this is not the lecture for that. So, and by default, if you do a show IP interface S0/0/0, okay, 1, I forgot that's the DTE. No, that's not it. Is it? Not. Nope. Nope. It's show interface S0/0/1. There we go. And you can see that the encapsulation is HDLC. HDLC. Okay? That's how it's forming it. This will come later on. We'll start talking about bandwidth, delay, reliability, all those different stuff. But right now, this is the default encapsulation that we're going to use in our lease line, which is HDLC. All right? All right. This is how you build in a lab environment, at least. Even in a telco, in a company, you're plugging it into a wall. The telco already cabled it to your wiring closet. All you got to do is just plug it in and start working. Okay? So that's all there's to it. Let's go back to the presentation. So we knew where we were. Okay? This is it right here. Okay? So that wasn't so difficult. It was pretty easy to do, right? So that's all they're trying to say is the same thing that it was from before. That is your lease lines, and that is how you build a WAN link in a lab. And remember, the clocking is important on the DCE. Okay? So that's it for this lecture. I'll see you in the next one.